Poco X6 Neo Review, Real, Deep and Crazy Value for Money. Hello my dear friends, how are you? I hope you are well, in good health and in the happiest of days. Today I have a new video with you, which is the Poco X6 Neo Review, Real, Deep and Crazy Value for Money. I hope you like it, but before watching the video, subscribe to the channel to receive everything new. Now let us follow the explanation. It started out as a sub-brand of Xiaomi, but last year saw Poco step out of Xiaomi's and Redmi's shadow and emerge as a full-fledged brand in its own right. In fact, Poco was the fastest growing smartphone brand in the country in 2023 according to IDC, with an annual growth rate of over 50%. One of the main reasons for this massive growth is devices that offer very good performance and great specs at surprisingly affordable prices, with some funky design, that Poco Yellow, thrown in for good measure. The brand's latest phone, the Poco X6 Neo 5G, follows this blueprint. It brings some very good specs, combines them with an eye-catching design that's made of madness, and offers it all at a price of Rs 15,999, making it a headache for slightly higher priced devices as well as slightly lower. Design and appearance of the Poco: it may be the most expensive device from the Poco X6 series, but the Poco X6 Neo is also the most eye-catching in the series as well in terms of looks. The phone comes with the flat, straight sides and back that are very popular these days and have been seen on the Poco X6 and Poco X6, but it was the Martian orange shade of our unit that was incredibly eye-catching. It's a very rich, custard-like shade, more golden yellow than orange, and in a very elegant touch. The sides are the same shade too. The camera module on the back is rectangular and shaped like a transparent sheet with Poco branding on the upper back. The phone is also available in black and blue, but it's the orange color that really stands out and is certainly very pleasing to the eye. The front has the classic long display that's pretty much the norm these days, but in a neat touch. It comes with Gorilla Glass 5 protection, which is relatively rare in this segment. The phone also has IP54 dust and splash resistance, which is useful at this price. At 161.1 mm long, but at 7.69 mm thick, the Poco: the back and sides are made of plastic, but it's its shade, especially the orange color, that makes the phone stand out from the crowd. Poco X6 Neo hardware and specifications. Some distinctive touches at an affordable price. The Poco X6 Neo comes with a very strong spec sheet for the mid-range budget. One of the phone's most notable features is undoubtedly the bright, for its price, 6.67-inch AMOLED display with FHD Plus resolution and 120Hz refresh rate. The offering is powered by a mid-range MediaTek Dimensity 6080 processor, with RAM and storage variants of 8GB/128GB and the less common 12GB/256GB, with the option to expand storage up to 1TB using the hybrid SIM slot on the device. Other additional specs are a 108MP main sensor, although its shine is somewhat dimmed by what appears to be a largely shallow 2MP depth sensor. Why even have that? Selfies are handled by a 16MP front camera. Surprisingly, there are no stereo speakers on the phone, although you do get a 3.5mm audio jack. Despite being ultra thin, the Poco F6 Neo packs a 5,000 mAh battery and supports 33 watts charging, and a 33 watts charger is in the box as well. The phone was initially released with MIUI 14 on top of Android 13. But impressively, it was updated to Xiaomi's much talked about HyperOS with Android 14 within a month of hitting the market. The absence of stereo speakers is a bit disappointing, but apart from that, the Poco X6 Neo ticks all the spec boxes in its class. Poco X6 Neo camera. The main sensor is magical as the specifications suggest. The Poco X6 Neo's camera performance really boils down to that main sensor on the back. Not only does the 108MP camera deliver some very good images in terms of color and detail, it also offers a very useful lossless 3x sensor zoom on the photography table. Camera performance was a bit inconsistent at first, but has improved significantly since the phone got the HyperOS update. It lacks OIS but is still one of the best at its price point. especially when you consider how well it performs in low light conditions. Video quality is also good, but there is no support for 4K videos. The front camera takes some good selfies, and unlike those seen on other devices in its price category, it doesn't smooth and whiten your skin unless you turn on the beauty features. You'll notice we didn't say anything about the 2MP macro camera. Well, that's because there's nothing worth saying about it. It's there and should be tolerated rather than used. Gaming and performance on Poco X6 Neo. This beauty is not a gaming beast but a superior daily driver. It has a very good display, and its single speaker delivers impressively good sound, but that mid-range chipset means the Poco X6 Neo isn't a gaming beast. It'll handle casual games easily enough and will do well with something like Alto's Odyssey, but it'll also go into the likes of Genshin Impact, Call of Duty, Asphalt or EA Sports Soccer. You'll need to start tweaking the graphics settings, and even then, put up with the odd lag. In terms of other things, the Poco X6 Neo handles daily tasks with ease. Be it social networking, web browsing, mail or messaging, the Poco X6 Neo handled it all without any issues at all. The screen is great for reading and viewing content, and there's plenty of RAM to ensure we're able to run multiple apps without any problem. We missed the stereo speakers when we were watching shows, though the 3.5mm audio jack compensates somewhat by allowing us to use wired headphones. Yes, we haven't given up ours yet. The fingerprint sensor on the power button on the side worked smoothly enough, and call quality was very good. Xiaomi's HyperOS runs very smoothly on the phone, and although there is some bloatware, you can get rid of it easily enough. All said and done, the Poco X6 Neo is a classic daily driver for those who want solid smartphone basics. Poco X6 Neo battery life and charging: big, fast battery, but not crazy fast charging. The Poco X6 Neo comes with a surprisingly large 5000 mAh battery, given its slim frame and relatively lightweight. Although battery performance was initially a bit questionable, getting us through a day at most, it improved dramatically after the HyperOS/Android 14 update and now gives us a day and a half of use quite regularly. The phone comes with 33 watts charging support and a 33 watts adapter in the box. This charges the phone to about 55–60% in the first half hour and reaches 100% in just over an hour. It's not insanely fast like some other software in this segment, but it's certainly more than enough for most users and hardly a deal breaker. Poco X6 Neo price, floating in the Rs 14,000, Rs 18,000 region. The Poco X6 Neo is available in these RAM and storage variants at the following prices: 8GB/128GB, 15,999 Indian rupees, 12GB/256GB, 17,999 Indian rupees. This is very competitive and much lower than the starting price of Rs 17,999 for the Redmi Note 13, which it is very similar to in terms of specifications. In fact, you can get the 12GB/256GB version of the Poco X6 Neo for the price of the 6GB/128GB version of the Redmi Note 13. Those looking for a good-looking device with decent cameras and a clean interface may be attracted by the Moto G84, which comes with a 12GB/256GB variant for Rs 17,999 but runs on the older Qualcomm Snapdragon 695 chipset. Those looking for good performance rather than design may also be impressed by the Samsung Galaxy M34, which remains an excellent option with very good cameras, a bright display, a massive 6000 mAh battery, and starts at close to Rs 15,500. But there is no charger in the box. Perhaps its biggest competitor is the just released Moto G64, which starts at less than Rs 14,999 and comes with a decent main sensor, a better MediaTek 7025 chipset and a larger 6000 mAh battery. But with a smaller screen. You do get the more powerful iQOO Z9 and Poco's massive X6. But those prices are closer to Rs 20,000 instead of Rs 15,000. Poco X6 Neo review verdict: should you do it? Priced at Rs 15,999, The Poco higher prices. The Poco X6 Neo brings elements like a very attractive design, Gorilla Glass 5 protection, a good camera and display at a higher price. Although it cuts corners in terms of weight, stereo speakers and charging speed, it might be the best phone for Rs 15,999, less if you can get the right deals, to buy in the market at the time of writing. At the end of the video, I thank you for watching and I hope you liked it, and see you in a good video.